What's up, y'all? So during streams, some of the most frequent questions I get are regarding swaps. The speed at which I swap, what I'm swapping to. A lot of people ask if I'm just randomly swapping weapons, and hoping for the best. Um, well, you'll often see me swap between two roll catch weapons mid-roll catch, so like the clip is showing. I'll go between the Stitcher, which is a much faster roll catch weapon, and if they're reaction rolling that, mid roll catch I'll swap to the Lance, which is also a good roll catch weapon, but the roll catch is much slower, and the roll timing is much different. So they're conditioned to reaction roll the Stitcher, and then you quickly swap to the Lance, throwing off their reaction roll timing. And then another one is quickly swapping weapons on Wake Up for an Ash of War that could potentially catch their Wake Up. Like this clip here, you'll see me after the backstab, I'll quickly swap to the Stitcher so that I can use Flaming Strike in hopes of catching their roll on Wake Up. So, the default sorting method is not particularly great. It splits all the items up into these categories. I personally am not a fan of it. Now, in order to do the custom sorting, the first thing you're going to want to do is open your inventory and unequip anything you have in your 6 armament slots. Then you're going to go to a Site of Grace, Rest, then go down to Sort Chest, go over to your weapons, deposit everything, deposit all your weapons, all your ranged weapons, catalyst, staffs, anything, and your shields. Now we're going to click in the left stick, so click L3, and change your sorting method to order of acquisition. What this will do is it will allow you to withdraw all of the items in the order that you want, and that is the order in which they will show up in your equip menu. So let's say, for example, we want to have the order we want right now. Basic example, say we want a dagger, claymore, shield, cannon, seal. Okay? So, what we can do is pull out our dagger, then pull out our claymore, our shield, our cannon, and finally our seal. And then we're going to go back to order of acquisition. And now when we open our weapon equip menu, this is the order that they will be in. Much cleaner than the categorized list. Personally, I feel that way at least. And this will help with swaps as well, since you know what order everything is in, right? So, say you get a parry, you can quickly swap to your dagger for a riposte, right? Say you want to swap to your cannon, you can quickly swap just right one tile for your cannon, and the same for the seal. And then after you use it, you can quickly go back to your shield. Easy peasy, right? This concept also applies to talismans. So you can open your talisman selection menu and also order these by order of acquisition and withdraw them the same way you did your weapons in whatever order you want, whatever order makes sense to you. I'll go over how all of my things are ordered a little later in the video, but yeah, this also applies to talismans. It applies to armor. It applies to literally everything. You can do this with everything. Now, my first swapping tip is a very basic one, but it's one that a lot of people still don't seem to know, and it is to quickly exit the menu. I see a lot of people exiting the menu after they change a piece of equipment using circle, 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 or BBB. On an Xbox controller, and you don't have to do that. After you swap equipment, you can simply press Start to close all of the menus completely. So this versus this, it's significantly faster. And if you want to get into swapping, this is pretty much mandatory. The second tip is going to be focusing on just very minimal swaps without any fighting involved, just standing at a site of grace. Just practice quickly swapping between maybe 1 or 2 items. Ultimately, it comes down to muscle memory. Getting faster and better at swapping is going to come down to muscle memory. So you need to build up that muscle memory, especially if you're going to be swapping after something like a parry. Due to the menu lockout, everything has a different duration for their menu lockout. So an R2 has a longer menu lockout than, say, an R1. Very slightly longer. And you have to kind of learn the timings of those menu lockouts, since they do vary from basically everything. So learn those menu lockouts, especially for parrying. That's a good one to learn. If you want to swap between talismans or weapons or anything. Finally, practice. Practice, practice, practice. Find a humanoid PvE enemy. The one at the gate front here is a good example. He's close to a site of grace, can be respawned quickly, doesn't do a lot of damage. Start building up that muscle memory with the PvE. Once you feel comfortable with that, move on to doing swaps during duels or invasions. They don't have to necessarily be parry swaps. They can be like the first example I provided at the beginning of the video, swapping weapons during a roll catch chain to switch up your roll catch timing. Is also very useful. Maybe not as flashy as a parry swap, but realistically it's more useful. And yeah, just build up that muscle memory, start learning the menu lockout times, and start applying them. If you're interested, we stream Elden Ring invasions almost every day. Check the description for the link. And yeah, otherwise, good luck and have fun, my friends.